Welcome to the 21st Bold Cameroonian Arts Award on set. My name is Foo Chi Wei. Today we are talking with Christopher Ling from the Swimming Pool Instructor by the actor studio Seni Teater Rakyat. Welcome all to On Set. Chris, I have a very pertinent question for you. Usually you design your set and you are in control with lighting and all that. But this particular production, you relinquish that role. Why is that?
The simple answer is, this is the second time that I'm staging the Swimming Instructor for the actor studio Seni Teater Rakyat. Our very first production of it was also in Petas 2 in 2009. And that time around, I did do the directing, I did do the designing, yes, lights with someone else, but I did do the design of the production. So this time round, I purposely said I must get Usman on board. He's just such a wonder at all these sort of things. Yes, I mean, his work speaks for him lah, don't need to say anymore lah. But I asked Usman to come on board. I said, Usman, this is yours, okay? The play is set at the side of the swimming pool, but you know what? I think we can go with some magic realism here. I think maybe the pool can take over. Okay, go.
Oh, okay,
That's it.
okay. That's
Yeah,
it.
and you know how Usman works, right? It's a set, and then his light design will just follow on and complement. It's all just wonderful in the end lah. But that's literally what I said. I just gave him. I once again, Chi Wei, strong directorial vision from my side. I see it. I know what I want. But I decided to scrimp on the details. I just mentioned to Usman, I need this. I would like this, and then what he did was he went, did his thing, wonderful sketches, none of my input came back to me. I said, okay, turn it around this way, okay, let's make this number bigger, that's it.
Well, with the projection of the water and reflection, actually as an audience when I was sitting there, I felt that I'm actually sitting inside the pool and looking up to the play, which is amazing feeling. And if I'm not wrong, was that a deliberate humming going on? It felt, there was a sound, I don't know, but for me, it was okay for me because it felt like sometimes the swimming pool got those like
the bubbles and
whatever.
And the fact that anyway, sound gets muddled when it's on. I'm not too sure whether there was a continuous drone. There could have been one because Kier is known for her drones, but certainly we did use all those special effects with the sound and different things lah. We did want you to feel that you were underwater throughout the play because, as you know, having watched it, it begins with his original name is Guan, but the character's name in this version is Johan. Johan is in the pool. He begins his monologue at the bottom of the pool, right, the deep end of the pool, and right at the end of the play, he's also at the deep end of the pool. So we wanted you on the deep end with us. Okay, let's cut all the crap. Let's go into the deep end. Let's begin there. Everything happens around, and then we go back to that same moment, and we are in the pool. You're with him. What's going to happen next?
So that's a decision that you two made because that works for me because I actually thought, okay, I'm inside the pool actually, looking up rather than I am watching the swimming pool. You know,
the first time round, the first time round, and this is thanks to the openness of KL Pack. But I had a one inch pool, so we actually literally I carved out a pie shaped wedge. We filled it with water, some water, because we were hoping to get the reflection. But as you can see, the solution is actually to use projection. And we paved a nice little swimming deck with our thing. So we had all of that, right? But I told Usman, I said, Usman, if I were to design the Swimming Instructor again, it's going to look like that. And I don't want it because I want something different. And I wanted this feel that you were talking about. So I'm so happy to hear that you felt that because that's exactly what we wanted. I wanted people to go into the pool with Johan and wonder what they're doing there.
Brilliant,
right?
Because I also noticed, did you guys got like, I think you thanked some swimming club people or whatever?
Yes.
I saw
the lane demarcators or whatever, the lane floats.
Yes. So those are real stuff.
Yeah. Wow. Everything real. Wonderful sponsors who gave us all the wonderful furniture.
That was effective.
All the lanes and everything. And the pièce de résistance is the ladder at the edge, which is floating in the middle of nowhere. I did mention to Usman as input. I said the audience when they come in, when they see this is great, your pool looks brilliant, and let's just turn it a bit. Let's just do funky things, not straight on. But I said the set needs something that screams. It has to scream swimming pool. And when you see this thing, people know you're at a, and they can orientate themselves, you see.
Yes.
Because you see the ladder up there, you know, okay, I'm here.
Yeah, yes, because I look up and say, oh, I am under.
Correct. Because in the original design from 2009, we had the same ladder, and it was, you know, in its safe place lah, at the edge there. Yeah.
You know, that's a lot of time water often represent transformation or emotional depth, you know. Were there moments in the design process intentionally mirror that?
The interesting thing that I have to say about the design process for this play is, fortunately or unfortunately, the lead character Johan, he's trapped lah. He begins in the center of the middle of the pool, right? He seems to get out, but actually, if you think about it, he doesn't, you know, because the play circles back to that moment.
Ah, that's
And
interesting.
but however, you are right in saying there is tons of emotional transformation, because you know the other two guys, you know. I mean, and right now I'm going to forget the characters' names, and they're going to kill me. But Andy and Tanya's characters, both of them go through huge changes. Jen and Dave, Jen and Dave, they go through huge changes, you know. But I dare say that the swimming instructor himself is rather stuck and stubborn and whatever you want. And unfortunately, the pool, rather than liberating him, sort of traps him in that place. Now, I don't know whether you're aware of this, but we had that wedge, right? We had the wedge, that was the pool. I don't know whether you noticed that sometimes Johan would stand on a little black pedestal.
Yes,
And of course,
yes.
you got, you know, the light sort of gobo
Yes,
rotating and things. That was us trying to tell you that he's just stuck in this pool.
I see.
He's
I
just
see.
he's relating to all of these characters, but he's just in his mind, he's stuck in this pool. So can I equate this to something that I call hyper engagement, in the sense that, you know, things can be happening around you, but if you are so engaged with that circumstance, you get stuck in that circumstance. I watched a play many years ago about a bully, okay? Someone getting face to face with this bully, and that scene was in a McDonald's. Now, the actual play in Bahasa finished in 10 minutes after that. It was Dr. Sharul's writing. It finished in 10 minutes. At the end of that 10 minutes, you know, in Revolution stage, their tradition is to ask for feedback. But what happened for me is when they asked me for feedback, I couldn't give them feedback because I was in tears, because I was stuck in McDonald's.
Ah,
You know what I mean?
You were stuck
I was
in that
stuck
moment.
in that moment. So that's what I wanted for you all. If you, I'm happy that you can tell me that you sensed it. So if you can sense it, and I pray that that hopefully yourself or there's some other people who just remain stuck in the pool with
to be
Johan.
honest with you, I was inside the pool, I mean under it,
Yeah.
but strangely, I got distracted. I feel very calm. I felt that I am in this calmness,
Yes,
you know,
yes,
and
yes.
because I suppose also the playing of Johan, I mean, the way he portrayed it when he was in the water, he seems to be calm.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I felt very calm and,
Yes,
you know,
yes.
like engulfed with this nice warm water.
But-
I didn't feel cold. That was really
no,
strange.
correct. You're totally right. You're totally right. The pool is not menacing.
Yes.
It's not menacing, but
Yes.
if you think about it, the moment that you are reliving with him is that moment just before X, Y, and Z
Yes,
happens,
yes,
right? So it's that moment. It's not a. But you know what? The person I blame for all of this, Chi Wei, is Desmond Sim. Desmond Sim is a wonderful playwright, Singaporean playwright. Awesomeness, you know, his plays all start very innocently, and then they become these poignant tear-jerkers. Okay, this time around we didn't get too many, you know, eyes and people bawling. But the first time around, for some reason, I could have sold tissue paper and made a profit, because, you know, people were just crying and just doing their thing. This time around, I think it's because maybe the cast were maybe more, they rodor, you know, to the situation a bit, maybe.
Well,
maybe,
it's
I
a
don't know.
different type of playing, I suppose, that totally deliver different
Yes,
type of
yes.
feeling and
Yes.
emotion to others. For me, I felt a huge disconnect from what they were depicting and what they're saying, and I felt that it was done purposely. I'm not sure, but if I felt cold, I thought, oh, that's probably why they want me to feel, you know, in that way. So it's a bit like disengagement from what they're doing, because maybe you put me inside the water, looking up to these people, and they are having some sort of mundane life and troubles that I want to slap them around.
Of course.
And you know, that's
very
how,
everyday characters.
Yes,
That's what
yes,
they are. They are very everyday characters. I would hope that is one of their strengths, because then you relate lah, you engage. I mean, you know, and let's face it lah. I mean, for me, to bring up this idea of hyper engagement, it's something that really speaks very strongly to me. I feel that we as theatre practitioners, as artists, we get an opportunity to engage with what we're doing. That's very important. I feel a huge responsibility and duty to my audience. The moment they enter the theatre, I'm responsible for you, and I cannot let you go. I cannot drop you. I am responsible for you from the moment things begin to the moment things end. Yeah.
Well, back to earlier when you're telling me Yusman, and you just brief him, and then the rest is done by him.
Yes,
That's a collaboration as well. How much of an effort that it was a conversation between you two to create such an environment?
I am very privileged to be able to work with Yusman. I've known Yusman for a very long time, 26 years. Actually, yeah, my very first theatre company back in the days of the Actors Studio, when it was in Dataran Merdeka, my theatre company Rep 21. He was part of my youth theatre company Rep 1621 at that time, and exploring all kinds of different options. I'm so glad that he went into scenography and these sort of things. There is a lot of trust that I have in Yusman, a lot of trust, and so it gets to a point where I feel that there's already a two-way conversation going. Just by the fact that I can relay what's going on in my head, then he will just come back to me, a few thoughts here and there, and then after that I say, Yusman, you know what? The longer you stay here, the more I will affect or infect or affect your ideas, right? But I said, Yusman, you are a fully fledged artist in your own right, and that's what I want. I want you. I don't want me, because it's going to be super boring. I want you. And I told him as much. I've told him many times. With any opportunity that I have for him to do Sino for me, I tell him that, I say, Yusman, I'm going to shut up now. I've told you everything that I want. I'm going to shut up now, and you are going to do all the work. Thanks.
Well, I'm not sure if I'm correct or wrong, but I've been watching your collaboration thus far, and I felt that somehow you guys seem to have rubbed off each other. I see some of you in his work, you know. So. Do you think so? Do you think my observation is a tin correct?
At the risk of fanboying Yusman, I love his lighting. Can I give you an example of the lighting that I love? His work, it was the dance show. It was done in White Traverse in Pentas 2. You remember the one? I just can't remember the name. Contra last year, right? So beautiful. So dynamic and so full of life that can only come from the design of his lights. You know, it's not someone interpreting it. It's the lights themselves. They are alive. You know, and I mean that is pure Yusman lah.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
So I want to
Yusman, you have a fanboy here.
I just want to step out of the way, okay? Yusman, you do your own thing. Yeah.
Let's wrap up our conversation with the swimming pool instructor by the Actors Studio Seni Teater Rakyat. Congratulations again on your nomination. My name is Foo Chi Wei, and thank you for watching.